A Caldwell neighborhood is still processing last week's deadly shooting of 18-year-old Hope Cornish, who's also known as Onyx. Residents in that area are searching for ways to support one another and move forward. But as Aspen Shumpert learned, one family believes that path to healing, that begins with neighbors coming together and having conversations.
I mean, I wouldn't say there's panic, but there's definitely anxiety around, what does this mean for our community? Why is this happening here?
Monday marks a week since an 18-year-old girl, Hope Cornish, also known as Onyx, was found dead in her Caldwell home near the intersection of Blaine Street and 16th Avenue. Police arrested and charged Onyx's non-biological father, Delbert Cornish, with shooting and killing Onyx, which police say he admitted to. Police also say Delbert Cornish's teenage son was also inside the house, but escaped and called 911.
It also reminded me the importance of getting to know your neighbors and being able to share community with them.
Former politician Brandon Durst and his family moved into the neighborhood just under a year ago. The neighborhood sits just blocks away from the College of Idaho and downtown Caldwell. Durst says only an alley behind his house separates it from the home where Onyx was found.
Everything was closed down, all the streets were closed down, our alley was closed down.
He says since moving in, they'd had minimal contact with Delbert Cornish.
We baked Christmas cookies, and so when we did the Christmas cookie walk around the block, he was delayed in getting to the door, and he just kind of looked at the cookies like, okay, thank you.
Since the tragedy, Durst and his family wanted to find a way to bring neighbors together and strengthen the bond between them.
I remember when it wasn't uncommon to you needed an egg, you went to the neighbor across the street and said, hey, I need an egg, I can't finish baking my birthday cake. And it was like, no big deal. It doesn't really feel like that as much anymore, and I think we want that back.
He's invited nearby neighbors to a community support barbecue Saturday, August 30th, a space he hopes people can come meet each other, know each other, and build bonds that make the neighborhood stronger.
Especially because we do have some folks that are more advanced in age. I want them to know that there's people around them, that if they need something, there's people that care about them and that will come and help them out if they need it.
I spoke to 3 neighbors, all who didn't want to go on camera, but tell me they're excited about the idea and plan to attend the gathering.
If you put in the effort, it's just like trying to grow things in a field, right? You got to plow the ground. We're plowing the ground. We'll see what the harvest looks like later.
Durst hopes this can even possibly turn into a more regular thing for this neighborhood to gather with one another. The Durst family also went and extended this invite to the household where the homicide happened. He says they believe the person who opened the door was the suspect's son and Onyx's brother. The Durst family says he seemed shocked to get this invite, but was really appreciative that they went over and invited him to this.
Yeah, and I think it's worth pointing out, this wasn't like some random act of violence. This was kind of a domestic thing that happened. So, I mean, The neighbors, I don't feel like we're ever in fear of this, like extending beyond that, but it's still not a bad idea to get everybody kind of together and using this as a point to say, hey, let's get to know each other.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, thanks, Aspen.